Welcome to Dr.BRR Government College YouTube channel. Myself, Dr. B. Sadasivaya, Assistant Professor of Botany, Dr.BRR Government College, Jadcherla. Friends and students, today we are going to discuss about Shenzhen Code, the International Code of Nomenclature for Algae, Fungi and Plants. This is the first page or title page of code, which was published in 2018. Let us come to the taxonomy. There are three major aspects of taxonomy, such as identification, classification, and nomenclature. All the three taxonomic aspects are interconnected to each other. So let us come to the nomenclature. Nomenclature is defined as naming of an object or naming of a plant or an animal, an organism. So why we are going to name a plant? So if you think there is no names for an objects or plants or animals, there will be a lot of confusion for identification of organisms. So in vernacular languages or local languages, for one plant we have many names and one name for many plants. For example, if you take hibiscus rosea sinensis, that is, if you go to ask in China, it is Chinese rose. If you go to Andhra, it is called as Dasani. If you come to Rayalaseema or Telangana, it is Andara. So hence, but plant is one here, but several names. Like that. There is one name like Bala. This name, which is used to call for many species of cider. Hence, for each and every plant, there should be one name. Such name is called as scientific name. All the scientific names are in Latin. In ancient days, the names which are having many words, that means polynomial nomenclature. Presently, we are following binomial nomenclature, which was proposed by Gaspard-Boehm, and it was fully developed by the Carolus von Linnaeus. So he was the person, Gaspard-Boehm, who proposed the binomial nomenclature in his Theory Botanici. The person, Carolus von Linnaeus, who developed the binomial nomenclature, he is also known as father of plant taxonomy. So based on some of the works of Linnaeus, another scientist in 18th century, Augustine Pyramus de Candolle, wrote some rules and regulations of naming of a plants. For his work, the base are, there are three books written by Linnaeus: Fundamenta Botanica, Critica Botanica, and then Philosophia Botanica. He was the person who proposed the nomenclature rules in his Lois de la Nomenclature Botanique. So let us come to the ICN, International Code of Nomenclature. The first International Botanical Congress was held in 1867 at Paris. After this Congress, the rules and recommendations or regulations of naming of plants which were delivered, which were published in a book. That book is known as code. The first IBC, that means International Botanical Congress, was held at Paris. Hence the book, the code is with the prefix Paris. That means the place of the venue for the International Botanical Congress. So far, 19 International Botanical Congress were conducted. Last in 2017, that is 23rd to 29 July, 19th International Botanical Congress was held at Shenzhen, China. Hence, the present code was called as Shenzhen Code. In this code, they add two another chapters, namely chapter F, names of fungi, chapter H, names of hybrids. So let us come to the fundamentals of 19th International Botanical Congress or major issues of IBC 19. The fungal species names were decided by International Mycological Congress, and the concerned names are also called as protected names. The rejected names are also called as suppressed names. For typification of fungi, culture as one of the types for the nomenclature. And for some fungus or fungi, DNA sequence is also worked as a type. If you open the code, there will be a preamble and three divisions, division 1, division 2 and division 3, followed by glossary, indices and also appendices. The first division is principles. Second division is rules and recommendations, which is having 10 chapters and articles. Division 3 is the provisions for the governance of the code. Now coming to the division 1, that is the principles. There are 6 major principles of International Code of Nomenclature. The first principle is International Code of Nomenclature is independent of zoological and prokaryotic nomenclature. There is no connection with zoological nomenclature or prokaryotic nomenclature. Number 2, the application of names determined by nomenclatural type. That means there should be a nomenclatural type for each and every taxon. The nomenclature is based upon priority of publication. The fourth one is at any circumstances, at any circumscriptions, positions and rank can bear only one correct name, of which the earliest is accepted, except some exceptions. So scientific names are treated as Latin regardless of their derivation. That means the names derived from any other language, but they should be translated or they should be treated as Latin. The rules of nomenclature are retroactive unless expressly limited. These are the 6 major principles of International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Now coming to the Division 2, Rules and Recommendations, which is having 10 chapters and 83 articles. Chapter 1, which deals taxa and their ranks. 2, status of taxa, typification and priority of names, which is having 10 articles. Chapter 3, nomenclature of taxa according to their ranks. Chapter 4, effective publication. Chapter 5, valid publication of names. 6, citation, that means author citation. 7, rejection of names. 8, orthography and gender of names. 9, that is chapter F, names of fungi, which is having articles F1 to F9. 10, that is chapter H, names of hybrids, which is having article H1 to H12. Totally we have 83 articles. Now coming to the first chapter, that is taxa and their ranks, which is having 5 articles. In taxonomy, unique taxonomic group is called as taxon, which is a singular for this. Plural is taxa. For fossil taxon, a part or full fossil is treated as a fossil taxon. Species is the basic unit of taxonomy. If we take the descending order or descending sequence of the hierarchy of the taxonomic groups, that means taxa. The first one is kingdom, followed by division or phylum, followed by class, order, family, genus and the species. If there are some hybrid taxa, there will be a prefix before the hybrid taxa, that is noto or noto taxa. There are some tribes between the family and the genus, sections and series between the genus and species, variety and pharma and subspecies are the below the rank of the species. The prefix sub is added if more number of genera or more number, a genus with a more number of species or a species with more number of varieties or etc. For example, subfamily, subgenus, subspecies, etc. There are some abbreviations for class, CL dot, for order, ORD, etc. Chapter 2, status, typification, priority of names. We already discussed about the principles of International Code of Nomenclature. That is the second principle. For each and every taxon, if you want to name a taxon, there should be a nomenclatural type. Like that, there are several types are there. We will discuss here some of them. The first one is holotype. Holotype is nothing but a specimen which is used for the naming by the author. The other specimens which are same to the holotype, they are called as isotypes. That means they are duplicate of holotypes. Same number collected by the same person, the same locality. The third one is syntype. When the holotype was not designated by the author, if another author selected any one of them as a holotype, such type is known as syntype. Paratype. Paratype is nothing but a specimen of the same species with another field number. The lectotype, when a holotype is missing or damaged, then the author or the other scientist will select one of the above types as a holotype. That means isotype, syntype and paratype. Such a specimen is known as lectotype based on the description provided by the author. Last one is neotype. Neotype is nothing but a new specimen. If all about the specimens were damaged or demolished or destroyed, then eptype. Eptype is a clarifying specimen when holotype and paratype is confusing. Then, to take one of the best examples here, this is a specimen with 1920 field number. We have collected here 4 specimens with the same field number. 1920A, 20B, 20C and 20D. These are one and same. But the author used this specimen for the naming. Then it is known as holotype. Then other the 3, that means 1920's B, C and D, they are called as isotypes. When a holotype is now designated by among these specimens, if anyone comes and select this is a holotype based on the description, then this is called as syntype. Paratype means the same specimen with another field number. Here the field number is 2461, which is known as paratype. And the lectotype. When a holotype is missing or damaged, now we have isotype, syntype and paratype. If we select any one of them as a holotype, is known as lectotype. Now, the original holotype was missing for this species. Now we have isotypes, syntypes and paratypes. Then we select this specimen is very similar to the description of the species. Then if it would be selected as a holotype, then it is known as lectotype. Then neotype. The specimen, the species is same, but the field number is different. And location is different. And collected by another author, which is known as neotype. Now coming to the priority of names. We have already discussed one plant may have many names. Even then, when communication is not good at ancient days, even the scientific names, different names for one plant. At that situation, the earliest published name should be given priority. But this rule is not applicable to the above the family rank, which is applicable only family or below the family rank, which is applicable from 1753 1st May for the spermatocyte. Now we are discussing one of the example here. We have one wonderful photograph here, diagram, which is named as Cleome gynandra by lineage in 1753. But in 1824, Decandor named the same species with another name called Gynandropsis pentaphylla. Based on the priority of names, now we are giving priority to Cleome gynandra. Why? Because it was published earlier than this. Now, chapter 3. The names of taxa according to their rank. For each and every taxon should end with a special words or special letters. For family, it is end with ACE. But there are some 8 families which may not end with ACE, even though they are eligible. They are treated as correct. Why? Because they are the conserved names due to the long usage by the scientists. Out of 8 families, first one is Cruciferae. Now, a new name for this Cruciferae is Brassicaceae. Brassica is a type genus. Leguminosae, Fabaceae and Faba. Gratiferae, Clusiaceae and Clusia. Umbelliferae, Apiaceae and Apium. Compositae, Asteraceae, and Aster is the type genus. Labiatae, Lamiaceae, Lamium is the type genus. Palmae, Arecaceae is the new name, and Areca is the type genus. Graminae, Poaceae is the new name, and Poa is the type genus. Let's come to the genera names. How we are going to naming the genus. It is based on several discriminations, different ideas. We are going to discuss one or two examples here. Some of the genus named to honor a person. For example, Gaspard Bochin or Jean Bochin. There is a genus called Bocchinia named after the brothers of Bochin. In the other genus called Buchanania, it was named after Buchanan. The second one is based on place. Take Silent Valley. This is one of the wonderful places in Kerala, Silent Valley Wildlife Sanctuary. Based on this place, a genus of a Poaceae member named as Silent Vallia. Another example, the state Tamil Nadu. We are well known about Tamil Nadu. The genus named of Tamil Nadu, Tamil Nadia. Based on character. For example, if you take Acanthospermum, which is the genus which is having the spiny fruits. That means Acanthospermum. Acantho means a spine-like structure, spermum means a fruit. That means spines present on the fruit. Then echinate. Again, the spiny nature. Echinops. Marshy habitat. Hygrophila. Hygro means water. The fourth one is based on local languages or vernacular languages. If you take Sanskrit, there is a genus called Vanda of Arctaceae, derived from Sanskrit. Datura from Solanaceae, again derived from Sanskrit. There is a genus called as Gingo, which is derived from Chinese language. This is Bocchinia, named after Bochin brothers. Buchanan, named after Buchanania axillaris. This is a place, Silent Vallia. This is Silent Vallia. Silent Valley place and Silent Vallia. Why this place is known as a Silent Valley? Now we are seeing here, this is a sicker which provides noise in the forest. These sickers are absent in this forest, hence it is named as Silent Valley. A grass specimen collected by the Botanical Survey of India and which was named based on the place. Tamil Nadu. This part is Tamil Nadu and this name is Tamil Nadu, the genus. Based on the character, Echinopsis echinatus, Acanthospermum hispidum, Echinopsis echinatus, Hydropia. And then from language, Vanda, and then Datura, and then Gingo. Species names, again, various types. Honor to a person. Professor Ramaya from Osmania University. This is a species of the genus Habenaria named after Ramaya. That is Habenaria ramayana, which is a strict endemic to Nalamalais of Telangana. My teacher and myself, we honored our Professor Pullaya with a name for the genus Brachystelma, that is Brachystelma pullayi. There is a species called Indigofera linnei, which was named after the father of taxonomy is Linnaeus. The second one based on place. In India, based on India, the Tamarindus indica, Angifera indica, like that. Recently in 2018, myself, we named a species based on the place of Telangana, Pancratium telanganense. And one more species named after Nalamalais, that is Brachystelma nallamalayana, by my teacher and my student. Third one based on character. For example, erect nature, Tacitus erecta, or Wahlenbergia erecta. Procumbens nature, Tridax procumbens. Annual nature, Helianthus annulus. That is based on the characters. Fourth one, based on local languages. For example, Telugu. There is a word called as Kattimandu. Based on this word, this name, one species of Euphorbia genus named as Euphorbia Kattimandu. You can see now this is Habenaria ramayana, named after Professor Ramaya of Osmania University Department of Botany by his own student Ramachandracharya, S.T. Ramachandracharya and J.J. Wood. Brachystelma pullayi, named by my teacher and myself. He is my professor, Professor T. Pullayi. Pancratium telanganense, one of the species named after Telangana by me. This is the species, Pancratium telanganense. Now, Andrographis nallamalayana, named after Nallamalais. This is the entire Nallamalais of Andhra and Telangana. Brachystelma nallamalayana. Another place of Eastern Ghats, Penchalakona area from Nellore district. That is Brachystelma penchalakonense. Brachystelma anantapurumense, Brachystelma annamacharya, named after Annamaya. Anantapurumense, named after Anantapuram. Brachystelma kolarense, named after Kolar. Wahlenbergia erecta, this is based on erect nature. Procumbent nature, Tridax procumbens. This is about the names of species. Now, below the rank of species, there is a subspecies below the species and variety below the subspecies and fauna below the variety. If you want to name a subspecies, I have to put SSP dot before the name of the subspecies. and variety VAR dot. This is a wonderful plant from Nagarjunakonda of Andhra Pradesh. Pleomyscosa variety Nagarjunakondensis. And then Euphorbia linearifolia variety Nallamalayana from Nallamalais. This is about chapter 1, chapter 2, and then chapter 3. We will stop here and we will continue tomorrow in chapter 4 and 5.